This is the run. I don't remember why last run was slow. Maybe it was basically just dig game. It was like 4th or 5th try dig game and like 6 chests or something. I feel like I should have been able to PB anyway. I don't think I was playing well outside of that. Maybe I should try learning Uncle Jump instead of just writing it off forever. Oh shit, I wasn't looking at the right thing. I like saw him going right and I was like, oh, it'll be fine, and I stopped paying attention. Ugh. Overshooting that ring feels so bad. I mean, overshooting everywhere feels bad, but there's just nothing else. Okay. Forgot my cue. But I got lucky on the subpixels, so I didn't lose any time. Alright, whatever, that's fine. Well, almost a really good citrus, and then I got the cardinal up input and lost like 5 seconds or more. Is that a long key? No, it's a reset even before that. Wase 28 Owaset. Okay, good. I saw you have a time on the board for this from like 2018 or 2019 or something. Before at least one reroute, maybe more than one reroute ago. Yeah. Oh boy, that wasn't right. But that was before, like, blank opener and anything like that. I'm so bad at getting good DVD. I just, like, never really tried to learn it that much. I don't know why. This is probably gold pace, but not like huge gold pace. Probably won't play well enough to actually gold off of that bow. That was almost a good anti-fairy room. Really, it was just fine. I don't really know what to do about the arrow route if you don't get drops. Like, I guess I just end up getting pod dropped. Oh, I forgot to minion the lamp. Like, I guess I would just get pod drop down, but it feels bad. I hate getting pod drop down. Hey, thanks, Twin. Going. Walking from this far down doesn't actually help if you're to the closet. But it is kind of cool. I'm so far away from him. Longcrock's Heart Piece and then Spec Rock, right? Yeah. I forgot to do check skip again. Now I'm doing this movement kind of wrong. Runs over, dude. I need to lamp at some point in a menu now and do it in the cave, maybe. Lose like 5 pumps by doing that. Runs over. Way to kill it. There's no coming back from that kind of time loss. SMH. Go. But that's far enough for it. Okay. Thanks, Dow. thought that was 2 frames up. I was gonna be annoyed, but then I didn't. It wasn't, and I wasn't. I was looking at your, I looked up some of the car. I didn't say anything about it because I kind of got distracted or whatever, or maybe I just didn't have anything clever to say. But I was looking up some of the cards from that deck that you posted in your Discord, and there's like so many Sokka cards in that set. I didn't even realize that there was an Avatar set until you basically started posting your draft results. Like, I didn't even hear about it. There's too many sets, and there's too many universes beyond, and I'm the first person to make this cutting criticism. We don't get Sank card here. Every time I see this, like every attempt until this one, I saw that and then I like panicked and couldn't remember if I was supposed to open the chest or not. That's... Oh, I thought that was gonna be a huge nudge, but then it wasn't. I guess I don't know where anything. 15 years of RMG. That's a Final Fantasy 15 reference. Yep, the blue boom. So far, so good. Yeah, weren't there like 6 or 7 sets this year? Like some insane number. More than usual. I don't know, I've seen a couple YouTubers be like, this is stupid and exhausting and nobody's really wants this many sets. Yo, first frame menu. There is always a new set coming out, but it's usually like 4 standard legal sets a year, plus like maybe 1 like Horizons style like extra thing. Now where are we going? And my understanding is that it was like more than that this year, but I don't know. My understanding is just like very slight, like listening to 15% of my brain to somebody whose job it is to complain about things on YouTube. Effectively. So I don't have any real information. Go! 22 sets in standard. See, that seems like too... Although I guess people like modern. Maybe we should just make everything into modern. They're making Legacy into modern by printing thousands of cards at a higher than Legacy power level. They're making standard into modern via a similar vehicle. Like you. That went well. Flagtown. Playing that safer than necessary, which is fine. That sounds like an overstatement. That sounds like hyperbole, but I guess I don't actually know off the top of my head if it is literally true or not. I remember to get Spec Hard Piece because I forgot last run and it was very annoying. Dark World Portal, Bumper DMD. Go get Fire Rod and Mirror out. Yeah, well, it's more fun to just spread misinformation than to verify your facts. I get it. You're supposed to nudge more than I did there. I was scared that I was actually going to dash into the pit, but it's fine. Okay, okay. I didn't expect him to go right, and then I panicked. Dash was quite bad. Forgot to menu. I'm scared. I have a little baby sword that doesn't do anything. I don't have a good way of doing that screen yet. Or this part of the screen, or anything, really. Ugh. Drop down Harpies, back to Dark World, Sea House, chest game. Thieves Town. 3,715 cards currently in standard. How many sets did it take to be printed before there were 3,715 different cards total in Magic the Gathering? Would be an interesting question that I imagine you could use the Scryfall API to answer, but that I don't know how to offhand. Hold on. Two. Vintage has all but like one-ish cards legal. Well, no, all but about 30 cards legal. Maybe not quite that many. But like all the anti cards are banned and the dexterity cards. And maybe Luris? I don't remember. I think that's maybe 4 chess games. Ugh. Unbelievable. That was perfect room. There's like about 10 to 15 anti cards and then a few dexterity cards. So maybe it's like 15-ish cards that are banned in Vintage. Oh, and Shahrazad. Oh, and a bunch of these won't affect this search because they came out so late, but all the conspiracies are banned in Vintage. So yeah, it's probably 30-ish. I'm gonna guess that we hit 3,700 cards with Mirage. No, that's probably too late. That's my guess anyway, though. It's not a good guess, but it's mine. I need that. Shout outs to Josh. I finally started doing his strat because there's not really an alternative when you don't have the hammer equipped. I keep placing this bomb too early, or like pressing Y so early that I don't place it to be. Let's not use this bomb. Let's also maybe get this toilet bomb. Sure if I need it, but oh, I would have liked that heart. I should be okay. I don't love being an Oko with the fighter sword, but scared. I was really scared of slashing that guy and then the other guy like pincer attacking me from the bottom. Like I think my I'm not sure that I did the right thing at all in that jail cell, but I think it was like less obviously wrong than it maybe looks at first blush. That's not a gold. That was a pretty bad thieves. Is that 43? Losing like 6 seconds, I think. Okay, brewery. Brewery rabbit. Loot, dig game, maze race stuff. Frog door, etc. 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 That was a little more than I thought. 1,884. Oh my gosh. That's so many fewer than I thought. No format has every card legal. Yeah. Vintage is close though. What's up, Zero? Ugh. Uh-huh. Does Scryfall not have a way to directly search by published or like something like that release date? I guess I should menu here. Press Y! Goodness gracious. Okay, nobody's allowed to watch me do dig game. It's too embarrassing. Yeah, it would have to be like first released by first release date or something, which maybe it just doesn't have. Oh! Better lucky than good. Too far right. Really? Like ravenous rats creatures? Ravenous rats likes? Oh hey, it's loud. Can you put all 16 of them into a deck? Can that just be your deck? That's funny that it hit that one. I didn't realize the dash turn would cause that. I must have learned that in the past, but I didn't know it right now. They're power creeping them pretty hard. Yeah. I know from doing a couple cubes that there's the like they made one that's a flyer that might have lifelink or something like that. Which is like so much better than something like Mesmeric Fiend. Just putting flying on it is crazy. I didn't know you were a Magic guy, Zero. I mean, it makes sense. It matches the rest of what I know about you. But I didn't know it. Also, I need to look at my notes instead of trusting myself to remember the route. But I think I'm on track so far. Turgrid, is this commander nonsense? Is Turgrid a commander? No, it happened again. I've never really played Commander. Played like one game of Commander. Sometimes I think about like I should like show up at Commander Night and just ask to borrow a deck so that I can like hang out with people and play Magic. But that would require me to like find out when Commander Night is and stuff. You could dash this easily. I don't know why I'm not. Okay, I was worried I didn't actually move up. Hey, Concept Tarkir is also about the last time that I played. Wait, do I have enough money? Yes. I played, okay, well. I played a lot in, Theros era standards, and Cons was like, I think right after that. And I was sort of like, stopped playing after, or like around there or after there. I only need up to 210, so we can skip the rest, the last chest. Last year I was going to full proxy legacy pretty frequently. I went like almost every week for a span of a few months, and that was pretty fun. Wait, I'm not actually doing that. But I don't know, I guess I got over it. Or like, the format was also like pretty bad. I saw they banned Entomb in Legacy, which is a cool idea. Like, Entomb is definitely unreasonable. And maybe that'll solve the problems, or like help with the problems. What's up, Spaces? This isn't a quick word. Well, I'm sure they do tons of balance testing. Like, I don't think the problem is that they're not balance testing. I think the problem is that they are setting themselves goals that are unreasonable with their resources. Like, they can't both expect themselves to release this many sets and expect themselves to create good standard formats. Those are just incompatible goals unless they hire 5 times as many testers and whatever. How many fucking text boxes is this? It's 2 each time? I mean, they definitely do a ton of playtesting. I promise you that they do. That they really do. The fact that they make mistakes doesn't mean that they're not playtesting. Nadu was a particularly obvious example of an error that they should have known better than, for sure. Good dash, good dash. Didn't they ban Agatha's Soul Cauldron instead of banning Vivi? Agatha's Soul Cauldron is one of the, like, least comprehensible designs I've ever seen. I don't think it's, like, objectively hard to understand, but it has, like, so many moving parts that I just, like, will not... The meaning of it all will not stick in my brain. Nice. Fake hop. They did ban Vivi? Oh, okay. Yeah, I have heard various things about their banning approach, none of which are like, they're doing a good job. They're doing a Monster Hunter set? That's fun. Where did I lose all that time? Ugh. Every time I'm like, I'm not gonna bother menuing, I miss the spin speed. How do you do this right? How do you not have the bomb go off and miss the thing? I don't know how to do it. I haven't played any Monster Hunter games, so I can't be annoyed at the design problems with you, sorry. I hate this screen, dude. Maybe I should practice it, but like, shut up. I'm not gonna do that. Oh, that's right. I couldn't remember what I was doing next. But ugh. Ugh. Awful. Oh, and then we're just going straight to Aghanim. We have time to read the notes. Do you remember the drama about the Great Magic Design Survey? With the 4/4 flying vigilance? Are you guys around for that? No. It wasn't like straightforwardly a Morrow thing. Oh, I forgot to split. They did this thing. I'm gonna do such a bad job of explaining this while trying to play the game. I don't remember my cues. I should double check my Stairmaster cues. They had this. It was like a Google Forms, basically, where there was like a couple tiers of it, but it was like an open like test you could take, and the people who got through all the levels like got interviews to be a next designer, or maybe they were just straight up hired or whatever. One of the questions was like, when we make a creature multicolored. Oh, you bastard. Oh, that doesn't alert them. Okay. We try not to make it stuff that's primary in the colors. Or something. Basically, like, we don't want it to be two ability, like, we don't want it to be the kind of creature that could be monocolor in one of the colors, kind of thing. And then it, like, listed the primary and secondary attribute, or, like, abilities in the colors. And it was like, given that, if we were going to print a creature that's, like, a flying vigilance creature, what color combination would it be? And the answers were, like, some of the answers were, like, just dumb. And then the two answers that were reasonable were either blue-white, because, like, obviously a blue-white flying vigilance creature is blue-white. Obviously. Like, what are you talking about? Of course. But it was also, one of the answers was black and green, because... What's the next item I need? Here. Okay. Because it actually matched with what the color... I forgot to split again. It actually matched with the question, right? The question is, like, we try not to just use flying from blue and vigilance from white, because that's, like, not interesting for multicolored creatures or whatever. And so it, like, gave you this, like, paragraph about how you're not supposed to do that when you create multicolored creatures. And then it's like, vigilance is secondary in green, and flying is secondary in black. And so the question is, like, were you supposed to say blue-white because obviously it should be blue-white? Or were you supposed to say it's green-black because, like, obviously this is an SAT question and they're asking you if you can, or about your reading comprehension? And if I remember right, the answer that they selected on was blue-white. And then everybody who said green-black was, like, pissed because they were like, why give me this paragraph of, like, don't do it this way, and then be like, no, that's actually the right answer. That was fun drama. The thing, well, that's what's fucked up, right? Is because, like, yeah, of course. After you have seen, like, 1,000 people say, it's, like, really fucked up to have this, like, clear trick question on your exam and then only give it to people who, like, got the trick right. You should just be like, okay, you know what, we'll just, it's fine. But they didn't. They, like, only kept one answer. I don't know. It was funny. It's like, you're just supposed to guess if it's a reading comprehension question or a game design question. And, like, there's no way to know. If you pick wrong, you just don't get to go to the next phase. Lol. I think one of the, like, I don't trust that dash still. What was that called when they, like, they printed, like, unfinished cards for, like, just the people who showed up at some con or whatever? I think there was a green-black flying vigilance creature in there as a joke. Yeah. I think the idea, I mean, you should look up the text of the question. I don't think I'm, like, doing a good job of getting it right. But I think the idea is basically, like, if you create a creature, like, a flying vigilance creature could trivially be just mono white. That exists. So what's the blue doing there? And so it's like, if you just use, like, Vigilance is primary in white and flying is secondary in white, or maybe it's primary in white. And so it's like, which part is coming from blue? Like, what's the point of this creature being blue? I think is the argument for, like, why that's a bad design, to print that as blue-white. Which, like, has some merit to it, but on the other hand, like, just the aesthetics of, like, everybody would be perfectly happy seeing a blue-white flying Vigilance creature. Nobody would object to that. Nobody would even notice that it's, like, maybe a little weird from this, like, particular theoretical standpoint. Like, I think outweighs that a little bit. It could be mono blue too. I feel like it couldn't have been mono blue 10 years ago. Maybe it could have been already, but I feel like Vigilance used to be blue. It was like white and maybe green. I'm wrong, okay. Zephyr Falcon? Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Not giving me the bad RMG. Oh, we can do right up there in theory if we ever learn. I feel like it's the fact that Vigilance was in blue in 5th edition does not imply that it was still in blue in 2013 or whatever, but maybe it was. I really don't know. Why can I not do this room? Like, they change that shit all the time. All the shit that they, like, say about the color pie is, like, kind of fake. I still think it's kind of fucked up that black can interact with enchantments now, though. Whew. Lifelink in red. Lightning Helix, but it just cost red. There's nothing that's color exclusive, but there's a lot of stuff that's, like, not in some color. There's nothing that one color has a monopoly on, but there's a lot of things that a color shies away from really hard. So, like, oh, yo, thanks for the raid checks. I didn't even know you were streaming. Like, flying, we were just talking about. There's very little flying in green. Every once in a while they print a like, big flyer in green, but flying is mostly the domain of white and blue. Red gets big flying dragons. Black gets big flying vampires, and sometimes bats and stuff. But not green, really. Yeah, Vigilance is very white, but, like, green gets a fair amount of Vigilance. How was your stream? What is Disconnect Raid? Green? Yeah, I guess there's a bunch of it. Maybe I should learn that quick. I don't know, why bother? Who cares about 30 frames in a category like this? Streamer, it's actually 34 frames. I wonder if menuing to hookshot is worth You disconnected to something outside of your control. What did you disconnect from? Twitch? Like your stream dropped? Yeah, I mean, lots of things are like relatively specific to a color. Like random bullshit is largely specific to red. Chaos shit. Creatures that produce mana are not quite exclusively green, but like pretty close. That's Deathrite Shaman's original sin, in my opinion, is that it allows you to play effectively Birds of Paradise off of an Underground Sea. To be clear, there's a lot of things wrong with Deathrite Shaman. But I think that maybe it could have lived without that one. But this world was not ready for Deathrite Shaman. I wonder if you could unban Deathrite Shaman in Legacy now. I think about that sometimes. Is the world ready for it? On the one hand, the format's a lot more powerful, but on the other hand, like, Underground Sea Birds of Paradise might be even more intolerable now. Ugh. Mana creatures are now in red. Red is always, well, I don't know about always, but red has gotten a little bit of mana generation here and there for a long time. There was a mono red deck that was really good in standard like a long time ago. The creature that got a +1/+1 counter every time you cast a red spell, or every time you, I think it was cast a red spell, something along those lines. And then you could like remove 3 counters to add red, red, red or something. You don't need to nudge there. Yeah, well, the initiative is like real stupid. I should have gotten the other door. Oh. I did this again. What did I even do? I'm in cave states. What inputs did I even get to get that? I thought I was like in a normal position. This game sucks. That was too low, I'm pretty sure. I did it like yesterday or 2 days ago or something. It didn't. Well, I thought I had gotten back to the like starting point. Okay, I thought I was gonna hit the switch there, and then I was gonna yell. Thought I had like messed something up, and I thought I had corrected it and gotten back to a place that I could. Easy game. We're still ahead. Three times save next run. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm... I'll have to collect that, actually. I'm not good enough at the run yet for... Like, this is... If I finish this run, it'll be my fourth finished... No. How could it be my fourth finished run? It'll be my third finished run. My splits are lying to me. So it's not like a catastrophe. It's just annoying to make a embarrassing mistake. Maybe I'm forgetting a run that I finished. I'm pretty sure I've only finished one run though. Probably what that's saying is that I finished a partial run up before adding the rest of the run to the splits, and it's just counting that as a finished run. One more. Get this trick. Fuck. Oh no, we're still doing this? What do you mean? How do I do this? Well, now we're not doing this, because that killed my water walk. What happened was I got a hard lock after Hera, and I undid the split, and then realized later that I didn't need to undo the split. It would have been fine to just have the time loss be in the next split, but I had to redo Hera, so I just was like, oh, I should undo the split, but I shouldn't have. It didn't actually make sense. So the 3.5 minute like redoing a bunch of stuff just got put into the Hera split by accident, basically. But what happened was I messed up the Zora DMA after this, which I'm about to do. But I'm not going to mess it up this time because I learned how to do it. But I was doing it on the wrong bump, which introduced a risk of getting yourself in an infinite scroll. And that risk materialized. That is... God damn it. I could have... It doesn't matter. What? That's what you're supposed to hook dash there. Okay, where's next? Not free. I guess hookshot could be next to hookshot clip there. Might technically save time. You told me that I had to keep doing this because it's the fastest thing to do. Why am I hammering? Perfect. You didn't tell me that. I don't have the big key. You never tell me anything. I'm glad I don't have to worry about the state of that switch. That would have been annoying to fix. Maybe a little farther right than that, because you don't want to really nudge on the way up. But I don't think you have time to get centered. I was very worried that I was too high there, and I was just going to not get iframes. I mean, I guess very worried is an exaggeration. It would have been fine. Bye. Thank you. I wish that having the mirror shield helped on Laser Bridge. It seems like it should. No. No. Here. Just walk? Oh yeah, I mean, the thing is that just walking would be fast if the beetle weren't there, but you'd have to bait out the beetle and then walk. So like, I don't think you can, like, it seems really slow. I didn't time it, but it seems like it would be really slow. Speaking of things that are really slow, I held the wrong button in the air, but I think I'm fine. You're supposed to hold left and then tap right, and I was holding right. Ball. In the hole. What? What hole? What are you talking about? Hotkey fall. Oh, interesting. Dude, get these spikes out of my face. Oh, that was a terrible fight. Faster and you lose beams. That makes sense. Yeah, having beams is terrible. And then do you just walk past, like, do you iframes through the ropa instead of dashing left? I don't like this. I don't like this either? Okay. No! Runs over. Was that not a quick work? Why can't I item dash? Wow. 2 frames early. Runs over. Runs over. Not worrying up to menu. Fuck off! How do you do this? Why does this never work when I do this? It doesn't matter that much, but we don't need chest key. And that key is second fastest. Or like, you can pretty easily, I'm gonna mess it up now that I say this, but you can reasonably easily get Jingle Skip if you get Torch Key, and then it basically ties getting Helmet Key and not getting the Jingle Skip. But it's like easier and less RNG dependent. Well, here's the thing. Even if I miss Jingle Skip, I think you can agree that it's much easier to get it with Torch Key than without. Like, it's much easier to get it with Torch Key than with Helmet Key. I don't think that's particularly controversial. Losing 2.5 hearts in GT basement is like really, it's something I'm really proud of. Oh yeah, this next room is another room I'm really proud of. I have not had a non-humiliating GT yet category. Ugh. No. Well, I definitely am rusty, but my plan is to maybe get restock room and swamp. Maybe those arrows in there would have been faster. Probably about the same. Do we practice Lambo 2? No, I practiced a couple clips for like 5 minutes before starting this run. That was it. That was just natural gameplay. See? Easy. I am saving lag frames on hard count. That's true. I was thinking that it would be really funny to stop and powder in whatever pre-Moldorm chest after talking about Jingle Skip. Just like powder in the middle of it instead of going for it. But I decided to try to game instead. That missed? Oh, fuck this game. I can't Clyde. I'm too stupid. What was that emote? Nice try. Thank you. I can't let the Bat Crashers win. I'm gonna die in Swamp, by the way. Actually, you know what? Let's just not die in Swamp. Christ. Get out of my way! We do chores in the GT split. Most of the time save is just me being incredibly stupid. But not all of it. It's about, I think we're about 10 seconds later to entry than you are in NMG. And we have to get red mail. Which costs a pretty significant amount, like, I don't know, 12 seconds or something. But we should also save some time back with silvers and whatever. So it definitely, like a good GT would probably be like a 7:15 or something. Like that was a very, very bad dungeon. Most of the time loss is just me playing poorly. But yeah, it is not supposed to be as fast as NMG. God damn. No! Hookshot? Gotta be hookshot. I need these arrows. Another great split. At least we did that right. This should be fast because yeah, this is saving a lot of time, mostly from just all from the blue potion. Because I fucking spent 10 minutes powdering in the dam, and then I don't think I took any damage, and so that's okay. No, I got hit by the belt. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I got hit 14 times in the lobby. No, I didn't. Get out! Oh my god, I hate beams. That's really hot, or really low. Fine. Could have hookshotted the heart drop? I do that. Base's Rap is just, it's an invitation to sin. What do you mean old bomb clip? Look, you can do every strat that saves 30 frames in the practice hack and loses 45 frames in runs if you want. Just hold upright out of the door isn't... That's older than the fucking bonk setup. it sucks ass. It's like either it saves 30 frames because you like walk to the pixel perfectly, or it loses like 5 times as much because you're like fucking fumbling around trying to find the pixel. It's terrible. No, it's not subpixel dependent. There's 2 starting pixels where it just works, and then I think there's a third starting pixel that's subpixel dependent. There's fixes for each pixel. Or you can just do the bonk setup, which is like incredibly free, and not have to memorize 69 different things and fumble around walking to particular pixels and doing 1-frame corrections. Samaria punt is terrible. It's awful. You guys can do bad strats if you want. I can't stop you from doing bad strats, but I'm not gonna do them. My ADPV is like a 110. I finished like 2 runs of that route. What do you want from me? I've been hating on Samaria Punt since before you fucking developed your Mimic strat. Duck was into that shit, and he's a fucking sick freak. Oh, oops. Wasn't in the water. No super speed, 3 tiles. 2 tiles. Oh, good. Yeah, a downward dash. I found something that I kind of liked here, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was not this. Menu higher up. Walk kind of like that to bait the bird, but menu higher up to read the pixel, and then probably just you can mirror before the bird gets to you. I didn't even try the dash. I might have. I don't know. Nope, I'm kidding. And if you fail the punt, yeah, or you could just do shit that works, bro. Like, you're doing all these strats that are like hard and require reading RNG and correcting shit and that have failure chances. I just want to do strats that work. Yeah, I was pretty worried. You just told me about the backup for failing the punt. You're the one who brought up the risk of failure. I forgot to bait the turtles again. It's because I was getting baited by chat. I'm dead. It's over. Never mind. Game's free. Oh, oh, dude. Oh my god. I don't know how big my sword is. You're being so disingenuous, Requiem. Hammer jump saves 45 seconds. Walking to the pixel in Ice Lobby saves like 30 frames. It's one thing to take a failure risk on a difficult trick that saves like a fucking minute. It's very different to give up 30 frames for a failure risk. Do you guys think I can still PB this run? Hey, at least you're eating dinner today. No, I think this will be third place. I think. Not sure. Dex has like a 128 something. I think second place is like also sub 130 or like 130 OX. And then there's like a huge gap in third place is like 135 or whatever. So my feeling is that this is slated to be third place, but I don't really remember. Is that how I was supposed to do that? Bro, I can't even get anyone to join NMG Hundo League. $130.49 with no mistakes. I have the site open. Restricted major glitches, 100%. Oh, Louis has a... Oh, right. Chex has a 127. Louis has 128. Okay, yeah. So this should be third place. I am a deserter, yeah. I would normally expect a couple people to submit in the last couple days of qualifiers, but the last couple days of qualifiers are like Thanksgiving. So we might not get a lot of last minute guys. So this was like 4 chest games. First try dig though. And like 1 blue ball. It was a bunch of warps. Not like a huge number, but like 4 warps or something. So good RNG. Not the best possible, but good RNG for sure. But it also had 2 minutes of time loss where I had to save and quit after teleporting the wrong direction. And other mistakes. But like, okay, let's see. If I had Not lost 2 minutes opening the door. This would have been a 1:28.49. It would have been 5 seconds slower than Louis. Louis was probably doing dumb shit like fucking uncle hopping. I don't remember what else went bad in here. Presumably lots of stuff was pretty bad. GT, obviously, I lost like 30 seconds or whatever. I definitely lost 20 seconds in GT. I probably lost 30 seconds in GT. Anything else really bad? There were a few times where I stopped and like checked my notes to see what to menu to next. That probably added up to 10 seconds or more over the course of the run. Oh, Thieves was very bad. Yeah. I don't know how long this shopping segment should take. It's a lot of stuff, though. I don't think I can do a run back. I'm pretty tired. Dude, I was watching Ginger play some Melee today. He's the #1 ranked Melee, like on the ladder. Not in the world, like not of tournament players, but just on that play. And he like played against somebody who like immediately quit the first game and then started a new game, went Falco and shot like 3 lasers and then ended the session on unranked. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's not just me that happens to. Sorry, I was thinking about that because Dao was telling me to play Melee earlier. My plan was to let the credits play out and then show bottles. Because Chex wants me to, and he's gonna have to be the one to verify this because everyone else is too afraid to verify RMG categories. But it's taking so long. Chex, can you ship me your splits for this category? Eat a 5-course meal and come back. I'm gonna eat Requiem's dinner until he plays CDLC. I really was hoping that you would do it today and not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm like, I want to go to something, but I might have to skip it and watch your playthrough. I feel like we got... Like, I would have been very sad to miss the first half, like the end of Act 1. I'm trying to decide if I'd rather miss catching Act 2 or like the rest of the game live versus missing my IRL interactions. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. When's my IRL interaction? Well, it's like a meetup. I'll leave here at like 6 p.m. and then just be there, you know, basically the rest of the night. Probably leave there at 10:30 or something. I go and go to bed. So I guess if you do it in the early afternoon, I would just watch instead of doing any work. I don't remember when you said you were going to start. Maybe if you were going to start at like 3 or whatever, maybe that's good enough for me. Maybe that'll work. Not working is pretty pog, yeah. I do it a lot. Sunday is more convenient for me. I'm not the only person in the world though. Like, you should live your own life. I'm just griping. What are you so busy with? What do you gotta be doing? Go ahead and cancel that down. Jax, how familiar are you with DDLC? Like, have you watched it before or played it yourself? I feel like you haven't played it. Go Bortles!